I think it's poetry, but maybe it's now prose. So, but yes, this reiterates Eeyore. So I'm sorry. Okay.
Bring it, girl.
And thanks for coming, Dan, Gio. Thanks, Holly. Yeah, this is the county mortuary. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. So awkward. Okay. Okay. So. And then the second poem that I am reading, everyone's heard a million times, so I also want to apologize for that too. Yeah, it's like my go-to poem now. I don't know. It's cool. Okay. So this is from last night. I'm afraid this might offend somebody. But anyway, there's a new TV miniseries, Into the Universe with Stephen Hawking, where he pontificates on the existence of aliens. Arguably, the smartest man alive is drooling, and it glistens like glitter on his starched collar. Above his lips are motionless, but talking, a synthesized, androgynous voice. The man, the voice, the fantastical shimmer on his collar, his unmistakable intelligence and lopsided body, a fully conceptualized horror, becoming a Benchy of Jurassic Park movie clips. It is as if an alien man describes an alien in another universe to a cave woman, me. Hawking says the aliens have eyes, and some are made of gas, and some have huge suctions on their heads, and others are immortals, harvesting resources of other planets and living primarily on spaceships like War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise in '05. Anyway, Hawking ends with the hope that whatever exists comes in peace. What if I were an alien, millions of years evolved, and I saw Hawking and even knew what the word peace meant? I wouldn't care. I would only see things as they are, free of emotion, and with the severity and logic of a serial killer who never matured emotionally or could fathom empathy. Eat, kill, live, make lampshades from your mother's legs. Why would an alien give a shit about anything remotely human, humanistic, or moral? Morals are an entirely human attribute. Peace is a human dream. Right, wrong, even pain, an experience we use to identify and communicate empathy, is a phantom brain signal, a damaged flag, wavering, surrender, a transitory state before giving up. And what is life more than ash? A transition and undoing of a butterfly. We are as solid as ice cubes turning to water, aware each day that we become less solid, less like ourselves, and more a muddle, a dry bouquet of hair and bones in a box, or transformed into soggy spaghetti in a body bag. Life is the awkward in-between state of matter and materialization. And what of the soul, the heart, the spirit, poetry? Well, like vapors and gas emitted from a corpse, let us realize our consciousness as a migration between a dream and a sprouted plant. The brain as an apricot pit, a rippled brain seed uncovered by a mouth, a story, drool, to endlessly drool, and that is immortality. The giving of the pit to another pit until even the black hole is a thing of beauty swallowing us all, becoming the universe and without end. That aside, I enjoyed the show. I recommend it. So, that was it. Life sucks. Everybody hates me. Okay, so that's my Eeyore. Sorry. Stephen Hawking's Eeyore bit. So, over the past experience of my MFA, which is like going on 4 years now, I've folded about over 10,000 cranes. I stopped counting after 5, but someone counted them for me, and they stopped at 10. So, and I keep going. So this is in response to that. I do get the natural question of why are you doing that? And I, depending on my stage of belligerency, I respond, and this is one of those responses, but in a, I needed something for an MFA class kind of way. So here it is. Okay. Yeah, you guys are chuckling because you know. You're like, shit, I need something. Okay, so here goes. Frames. And apologies to those of you who've heard this for like 10th time. And you guys do know what I'm talking about when I say like an origami crane, right? You see them everywhere. It's easy. You don't even have to be like any type of Japanese to know how to make one. So, okay. Which I am not. Also weird, but okay, cranes. At first, oh god. Okay, cranes. At first, I make a horizontal crease. Sometimes this is difficult, often labored and troubling, but I fold anyway, and to exactness. The fold must divide the square sheet in perfect half. There is no other way around this movement. One fold influences the next, and it is known. All first folds similar to this, the most important, shapes the future, the entire life of the sheet, the making of this world. But this fold is undone, released, and repeated. This time, ignore the troubling experience and repeat it. Acknowledge the same consequences, the same brevity. Passes as if stabbing into the night, headlong and fierce, and running down your street in a direction you are unfamiliar with, but never recognize in the dark. Then a diagonal fold across the sheet. It symbolizes the longest crease you'll ever make. And again the thoughts repeat. The sensation of ennui and disappointment between the fingers, a crimp, and a sharp sound of the nail and thumb making a searing noise, audible only to you. The world halves itself in an unnerving X and straightens. The page is scored with a cross and an X, and together they expand out into nothing. They